Hi, Marianne. My name's Jackie. I'll be your social worker for today.
Hi.
So, what brings you in today?
I've recently been charged with a DUI, and I've been having trouble quitting drinking for a while now.
Okay. Do you only drink alcohol or do you do other drugs?
I smoke marijuana sometimes, but I mainly just drink alcohol.
Okay. When was your last drink?
My last drink was this morning, right before work, getting out the door. Um, I knew that I had a really big meeting this morning with our I knew that I had a really big department meeting with all the senior vice presidents. And it's just this really long meeting, and just it's like a really intense meeting. So I just knew that I had to have a drink in order to get through that.
Mm. Did you feel like you needed that drink?
Yeah, I felt like I couldn't have gotten through my morning without it, and that meeting especially.
Okay. So, how long have you been drinking and smoking marijuana for?
Um, I never really thought of it, but I guess I guess I really started drinking and smoking marijuana since high school. Is when I was first introduced to it. All my friends were doing it at the time, and that's why I was doing it. Um, Things got more intense definitely in high school and college. It was just definitely, I started going to college parties, sororities, and fraternity parties as well. It was definitely a lot more easily accessible. In college, almost all my friends were smoking pot, had it on them. If I needed to get high, I could easily go to any one of them for a quick fix. So so it was just so easily accessible to me at that time.
And what is your relationship with your family like?
Um, I think I have a great relationship with my family. I come from a really big family, so um, so I'm really close with them and everybody in my family. Um, However, I did just move 2 hours away for this for my job. This is my first time moving away from my family,
Hmm.
so it has been difficult. It has been um, a new way of like learning how to do stuff on my own and being and and it's been taking a while to adjust to the new culture and
Hmm.
the new atmosphere and my new apartment and being more independent.
At this point, sorry, in your life, why do you feel like your drinking has increased?
So I think my drinking has increased more than ever because I now live in a busier city. I'm surrounded by a ton of restaurants and bars and clubs. If I want a drink, it's really easily accessible. I can get a drink anywhere. Um, Also at any time of the day, really. Also, I have a really stressful job. Um, I first started drinking with my coworkers, going to happy hour, to some local bars, and it first became like a once a week thing, just going out with some colleagues of mine um, for happy hour. However, I'm noticing that I'm now going out to drink for happy hour 3 times a week. And even once happy hour is done, I'm still going home and drinking myself to sleep the next day.
What do you think um, triggers you to want to drink?
Um, I love being in big like social events and being around people. And you know, I'm someone who has a really outgoing personality. So I love being around that atmosphere. So that definitely triggers it. Like I said, this is my first time living away from all my family, all my friends. I don't know anyone in this new city.
Hmm.
So it just always seemed like a good idea to go out drinking and meet new people. Also, this is my first time living on my own, so I'm still adjusting to that as well, and being comfortable with being alone. You know, coming home to an empty apartment,
Hmm.
coming home. So so what I like to do instead of to kind of fill that void is drink, so I don't have to feel alone and I don't have to feel that way. Um, so so I think the move has been and adjusting to this new lifestyle has been probably the biggest trigger for me, and living so far away from all my family and friends.
Mm. Okay. Now, you mentioned before that sometimes you drink yourself to sleep. So, the nights that you do that, how do you usually feel the next day?
um, the next day is always really challenging. I mean, I have the shakes, I have these horrible headaches, migraines, and it gets so bad sometimes that I end up having to call out of work and I can't go in the next day. And I can barely function, honestly. Um, and it's really become a problem now with calling out of work. I mean,
Mm.
I've my job has addressed it with me that I've been calling out too much, and I really want to fix that.
Does your family know about your drinking?
Um, no, no, my family doesn't know about my drinking because they live so far away.
Mm.
I don't see them that often. Um, they I try to visit them here and there. However, they don't drink, so and it's really hard for me to get a drink when I'm around them. So I really and they don't like it when I do drink. So I don't visit as frequently. But my drinking has never been a problem around them because I've never gotten to that point around them.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, 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 they really don't have any idea of how bad it's gotten.
Okay. So, I hate to backtrack, but you did mention um, feeling really bad the next day
Hmm.
after drinking yourself to sleep. So, why do you think you continue if you feel that bad the next day?
Because I need it, because I can't function without it. Because yeah, I don't know how to go through a day without it. Um, and and if I'm not out at a bar getting drinks, then I'm in my apartment because I don't like being alone. So um, there's really and and that's why I can't stop.
Hmm. Do you think quitting would be like an ideal thing for you at this time?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to quit. That's the direction I definitely want to go towards. Like I said, it's becoming a problem. Definitely at my job. It's it's causing issues at my job, and that's my number one priority. That's why I left my family, my friends, everyone for this job, and I really want to do well, and I really want to give it my all, and it's my number one priority. However, it's really hard when drinking is all the on my mind
Mm.
all the time, and I've already been spoken about and about me calling it out, me calling sick too much already.
Okay. So, I didn't really ask before, but I'm curious. How do you feel about getting the DUI?
Um, I mean, the DUI was definitely my um, the lowest I've ever felt, and um, my rock bottom. Um, because I never thought I would ever be that person. I never thought my drinking would ever get to this point. I always thought I was under everything was under control. I always thought I had everything under control, um, and now I don't. And I think the DUI was the first time it became really clear to me that I don't I have everything under control.
Hmm.
So, yeah, the DUI was definitely my rock bottom. Um, it was one of the hardest things I've had to go through.
Well, I just want to let you know that I commend you for coming in today. I think it's a step in the right direction, especially if you do consider quitting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hmm. Do you currently or have you had thoughts in the past about hurting yourself or hurting others?
I've never had thoughts about hurting others. However, I have had thoughts about hurting myself. Um, I I have struggled in the past with feelings of sadness, loneliness, um, feelings of feeling worthlessness, just um, and have felt that ending my life would be the only way out of feeling this way and these in the situation that I've put myself currently in. Um, so so yeah, I mean, I definitely have had have had those thoughts.
Do you still have those thoughts currently?
Um, I still have feelings of the sadness and the loneliness and feeling worthlessness sometimes, just because I feel like I've let this drinking take over my life, and I've let it get to such an extreme place that I never wanted it to become. Um, but no, I currently don't have those thoughts. I mean, um, I, I love my family so much, and and I respect them all, and I just would never want to put them through that.
Mm.
I can't imagine putting them through all that pain and agony, and so I just yeah, I would never want to put them through that.
Okay. So you said that your family does not know about your drinking. Do they know about these thoughts?
No, yeah, yeah, my family definitely does not know about my drinking. No, they don't know. Nobody knows about these thoughts. This was the first time I've ever shared anything about the thoughts that I've had in the past.
Okay. So usually I tell my patients that if they have these kinds of thoughts, please immediately come and tell me or anybody else that you trust, because they're very serious.
Okay.
Um, do you feel like this session has been helpful to you at all?
Yeah, I definitely think this session has been helpful. I think, this is really the first time I've been able to share some of my deepest, darkest feelings, um, and really think about what, why, how I got here,
Hmm.
and how it all really began for me, and how it all kind of got out of control.
Okay. Do you think that you would want to schedule another appointment?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that I want to continue. Um, like I said, I feel like the only option I have right now is to quit. if I want to continue with this job, which I really do. Um, so I think continuing with the sessions would be the best thing for me at this point.
Okay, so then we'll schedule you for another appointment.
Great, thank you so
No
much.
problem.